Good afternoon, Algebros. It's Mr. Jeffries, my 5th period Algebra 2 class. Don't forget, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell. That is not exactly what I meant to write with that, but okay, roll tide. Alright, so we're going over our last review. Alright, first 3 questions are going to be concept questions, like this. Okay, so this tells us that they're both the same. This tells us they're both positive. Okay, remember you could write a plus, you could say that, whatever. What? This, because our C is negative, this tells us they're different. This tells us our bigger factor is positive. Okay? Now, couple ways that you could answer number 3. What's the first step when you factor this? You could say, multiply A and C. Some people will do this. They'll say 2 times 3 equals 6, or 2 times 1 equals 2. I don't know what I was doing with those numbers. Really? It's going to be one of those days. All right. So, either way, just yes.
I was going to ask, can we just write find B and C on there? Would that be the same?
No, the first step in this is actually to multiply A and C. Now, if you said find A and C, that would be
The same thing.
that would qualify, because you have to find them to multiply them. Remember, it's ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, that's something y'all may want to write down on your orange sheet if you need it. All right, are we good with 1 through 3 now that I tried to struggle with 2 times 1? It's going to be awesome for the rest of the class now. All right, so remember the 5th of November. No, that this right here is not graded. That is just in case you need it. Okay, this other stuff over here is graded. That's why it's kind of like not graded on the right and graded on the left. Okay, our C right here is 25. Our B right here is 10. Now I'm writing the pluses right there just to make a thing. All right, so they're going to be same. They're both going to be positive. All right, the two numbers that when we multiply them, we get 25, but we add them, we get 10, are 5 and 5. Okay. But, again, if you kind of look at the way the grading is, you get everything above this pink line right here is 6 points. You get 6 points for all that and only 4 points for the correct answer. So if you have the process going right and you mess up right here, it's not a big hiccup. Okay? You're not totally sunk. Aren't y'all glad I don't do test on Monday? I hate to test on Monday. All right. Are we good here? Yeah. Sorry. Doing my voices. The voices in my head are getting louder. C is negative 48. B is negative 2. This tells us our signs are different. This tells us our bigger factor is negative. Alright. Now, two numbers, when you multiply them, we get negative 48, and you combine them, you get negative 2. It would be positive 6 and negative 8. Remember, you can actually write it like this. Okay. The order doesn't matter as long as the right numbers have the right sign. Yes?
Do we have to write the sign whenever we write it in the answer?
That's kind of important that you write the sign, because that's really telling me that I know what you should know. All right. Number 6. Now, believe it or not, problems like number 6 are the ones that usually give people the most trouble because they overlook the obvious. Okay? A times C, well, that's 3 times negative 5. This gives us negative 15. Okay? Our B is negative 14. So, now, I haven't heard from anybody yet if you do this without using this box. If you have a different method, if you do, I need to know before you take this test. All right. We know that our signs are different and our bigger factor is negative. All right. The reason why people overthink this is because immediately when you think of 15, you think of 3 and 5. That's not going to give you your answer. If these two numbers are 1 apart, that means that 1 is going to be one of our factors. And remember, those two could be swapped either way. Now, the GCF, the biggest thing that will divide this row would be 3. The smallest power of x is to the first. The only thing we can divide out of 1x and negative 5 is a 1. Alright. Only thing, this would be a 1 and then an x. Now, because this is negative, remember the first thing you look at, either going across or going down, if it's negative, you're going to divide out a negative. Alright? And this, the biggest number that will divide 15 and 5 is 5. Okay? There's a reason why you don't have as many of the AC problems, the AC bus B problems like this, is because what we're learning next is a way to get our answers without having to factor them. Okie dokie. So 5 times negative 6 is negative 30, positive 7. So our factors are different. Bigger factor is positive. Okay, so 5 goes here, minus 6 goes here. Alright, those two factors are going to be positive 10 and negative 3. So we go across. Biggest number that will divide 5 and 10 is 5. The smallest exponent is x. This is negative as I read it from left to right. So I'm going to have a negative. Biggest number to divide 3 and 6 will be 3. Alright. Only thing that will divide 5 and 3 is 1. Smallest power of x is x. Biggest number that will divide 10 and 6 is neither 10 nor 6. It's not 4. It's actually 2. Okay. So plus 2 or x plus 2. So we have those different things. Okay. If I can, I'll try to print off some more of those multiplication sheets for people. I know we had like 5 or 6 last week, and I think we're down to like 3. But and moving on. So this semi-similar. You're still going to factor, you just don't have the chart and everything. By now, all that stuff should be like tattooed in your brain. Is this in this form? This would be a no. I have to subtract 32. So what I'm actually working with is this. Alright? This tells us that our signs are different. Okay, and this tells us our bigger number is positive. What two numbers, when you multiply them, you get negative 32, but when you add them, you get positive 4. 8 and 4. Now, to go from here to here, you do the opposite, okay? Negative 8, comma, positive 4. You could just write 4. You could write positive 4. You know. Okay. Number 9. Alright, is this in this form? This would be a yes. Okay. This tells us that signs are the same. This tells us that they're both positive. Alright, the two numbers that when you multiply them you get 36, you add them you get 12, or 6 and 6. Now, a couple ways you could write this. You could actually write -6, or you could just write 1 -6. Okay, either one is okay. All right, are we good here? Anybody need more time? All right, and our last one. Is this, and this would be a big fat no. Things I was used to hearing from females in high school. Thank you for the person that got that. Nobody wanted to date the very nice, slightly fluffy guy in high school. They always went for the more thin, leaner jerks. Womp womp. Okay. So this tells us our signs are different. Bloop, bloop, bloop. This tells us our bigger number is going to be positive. Okay. Now, two numbers that you multiply and you get 39. Yep. 13, 3. And then we do the opposite. So that'd be -13 and +3. All right. So we're going to use what little bit of time we have left to finish on our orange sheet or get started or whatever. Boo, 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 boo. Don't forget, hit like, subscribe, hit the bell. Good stuff, good things. Roll Tide.